Hi everyone. I'm just going to do a bit of commentary. So, something I got asked to do by one of the MRC chaps, because I think no one commentates this league. So I'm going to do a little bit of commentary on the first race of Suzuka, which is the 10-lap sprint of NGR versus MRC. So let's have a little bit of a run through the grid and just see what's going on. Let me just let this catch up and we'll see. So we put in quite a good qualifying lap here actually, so got up to 6th place. Didn't think that was possible, to be fair, given how shit the BMW is at just getting out of corners. Alright, so we'll actually jump on board. We'll do my bonnet cam. This is the camera I have during the race. So we see we've got a bit of a crap start, so we went from 6th, about to get swallowed up and go down to 9th. You just cannot defend coming into here when they've got pure pace on you. So through goes Delhi, Ginge and F13. We've got Elvis putting a bit of pressure on me behind, and there's just really no room to move. I think about a move back out of it, to sort of decide that these set of corners aren't really somewhere that you can legitimately overtake. Especially not when it's this congested. So I back off, let Delhi sort of get back up to speed. I can see the pack ahead are fighting, so I really want to get involved in that, but at the minute I can't really navigate a way through. So I was picking my lines, picking my braking points, trying to stay clean. As you can tell, coming out of the corners, really careful on the power. This BMW will just spin out without warning, coming out of corners. Typical Group 3 car then. So coming through the hairpin, get a bit of a shitty exit. Now this is going to put Nissan Elvis right up on our backside, so immediately start thinking defensive. So you'll see me pull over to the left in a second. Right, no you won't, because I opted not to defend. I just chose to outbrake him instead, so it's getting a little bit of a crappy start. This is the bit where he goes through. So Elvis goes past, so I use a slipstream now. I was in a practice lobby with him, so I know I've got pace and the ability to get past him if I need to, but we've lost 4 positions in 1 lap, so we really need to start making ground up. We've only 10 laps to do it. So Elvis at this point just parks in the middle of the circuit, and that really annoyed me, because you either go left or right. There's not enough room for 2, so that wound me up a little bit there. But because I hit him, I decided to back off and just let him get back up to speed again. It's the sportsman-like thing to do. But that's put Big Bad Bud on our tail as well. At this point I'm just picking and watching his lines just to see if he's leaving any gaps anywhere. So at this point I'm actually thinking of a move in the S's, so I'm just going to see if he takes them well. If he hooks up the apexes well enough, I'll leave him alone, but if he doesn't, I'll probably go for a move. I noticed that he was struggling just as much as me on corner exits, so I decided if I were going to get him, I was going to get him out of the corner. It's probably the best way to do it. So here's Cutler, and there's a bit of an accident there. There's Cutler on Ghost, and that deals with Elvis for me, so I don't have to worry about that. But I was actually lining him up for a move at the chicane. Pay 81.56 had a bit of a spin there as well, so we're back up into 7th. We've gained 3 positions in 2 corners, all 3 other people have an accident. So now we've got Delhi ahead. At this point the split was about 3-4 seconds, so it was going to be difficult to get him on pure pace. He also had the slipstream of Ginge as well. So them 2 guys were effectively working together. I had, as you can see, Big Bad Bud chasing me down, and this is sort of the way it's going to stay for a little bit. So we'll have a bit of a flick through the pack, I think. Now we've commentated on the opening bit. So Burnt Frying is very pink Durex sponsored Lamborghini. That's a car he's managed to tame really well, and there's a lot of chat about that being a very difficult car to drive, but for me Bert Fry's the quickest in this league, and it's down to him taming that car. Got Diablo opting to go in the Lexus. A good choice, a car I really like. I was very close to taking that myself, but I went for the BMW. Don't ask why, it's the biggest mistake I've ever made. Buddy, another one in the Lamborghini, just proving that the Lamborghini is difficult to drive. It just spins out randomly. Has awful tyre wear. F13, gone for the SLS AMG. Very good car. Ginge, gone for the GTR AMG. That probably would, if I could change, I'd go to that one. Delhi, again, AMG. Very quick guy. And you got me in the M6 GT3. Look at that beautiful livery. It took me about an hour to make that. I'm terrible at making liveries, so if anyone wants to do me a livery, then hit me up. I've got a big bad bud. Another Mercedes driver. This one obviously in the GTR colour in the Ferrari. A car that he's historically struggled with, but I think he's overcome his demons now. Another Lexus driver with pay 8156, and then Mad Marshall, another Mercedes driver. So Mercedes, very popular choice, and you can see why. So let's just get back to here. So I've closed the gap now to Delhi. Pulled a bit of a gap on Bud. So as you can see, I'm putting in my personal best times. But you'll see in the straights I'm not able to get close because he's got a good slipstream on Ginge, and I just make a little bit of an accident and get myself out of it. So. One of the biggest things for me was keeping this car on the track. Anyone who's had half an eye on the channel will know that I only switched to the wheel a couple of weeks ago. I'm still getting used to it. It's very hard to catch slides, especially in Group 3 cars that are exceptionally lively. Getting used to it and getting better slowly. I had a really good result in Super Formula the other night. If you've not watched that video, check it out. But I'm still getting used to it, and these Group 3 cars for me are probably the hardest ones to get to grips with. Just with the way they drive and put the power down, and the way the torque comes in, and just how they let go when they do let go. So let's keep an eye on things. So Bert Fry, good lead over Diablo. F13's made a good recovery, back up to third, but he's got to defend against two very angry cars behind him. Delhi B just sort of clinging onto the back of that pack, and you got me needing a little bit more consistency in my driving. So F13 goes wide here when I get him. Where's he gone? For some reason the camera completely skips him. There he is. So Delhi's going for the inside spoon move, which is very brave. F13 backs out of it. Best thing for him to do, that puts him in my sight. So at this point I do have a bit of an audacious lunge back out of it. Decide it's not worth writing off two cars. Buddy has a little bit of a spin in the Lamborghini, so now I'm up to 6th place. I'm eyeing up 5th. If I can improve from my qualifying position, I'm going to be happy. So I want that 5th place. I probably realised at this point that Delhi was probably just a little bit out of sight. I could get him, but he was driving really clean and well, so it was going to be hard to get. F13 was someone who I felt I could probably pick off. So at this point I started to just really focus on getting my lines right. And I was watching how he was driving throughout it, so I'm looking for weak spots. And his turn turning points, and whether he's hooking up the apex as well enough and stuff like that. Sort of find following a car for a lap or so, you can do that. Don't know what his flashing lights at. I think the move Deli made on him was very clean, so whether he's just trying to piss him off, I don't know. I've got to say, Burnt Fire, you've got to do a different colour scheme on that, mate. It looks a bit ladies' bottom drawer toy sort of thing. So let's go back to front. So we've got Mad Marshall, Nissan Elvis, got Pay and Cutler. Oh, what happened there? Let's have a look. Jumped to that well, didn't it? Yeah, Cutler just went off, and they just had a bit of a coming together, I think. So now we've got Buddy, who had that spin at the last corner, just trying to recover his race. Bud, who's chasing me down. I've now got the slipstream of F13. So I'm thinking of my move now. Too far back at this point to go for a lunge here. So again, I'm just really focusing in on my exits, hoping that I get a good one out of this corner. I do. So at this point I'm in his slipstream. Both cars have really good top end speed, but with slipstream that BMW's just going to blitz past him. I can take an inside line. Again, a bit of a brave move, because if he defends that even remotely enthusiastically, we could both end up in row Z. But yeah, I'm in 5th. This is the place I wanted. So I'm sort of looking up the road at Delhi, but as you can see from looking back from his car, I'm probably a bit too far back with 4 laps to go. As you can see, he's only getting quicker as the race progresses as well, so he's just put in his personal best time of 2:01.2. My best is a 2:01.6, so he's definitely got the pace. He hasn't got the slipstream anymore, but you know, if he can put Ginge under a little bit of a challenge, he can get that slipstream back again. F13 has got my slipstream, but I'm just able to pull a gap, so I'm able to escape him when I need to. See, he's just diving in there. So yeah, my job at this point is just to keep clean. And I remember literally just repeating to myself constantly on stream that I just need to keep this tidy now. If I make a mistake, there's 2-3 cars behind me that can and will take advantage of that. So throttle input's really gentle, not accelerating until the car's in a straight line really. See tyre wear's kicking in a little bit, but I have my brake balance pretty much all the way to the rear in this BMW, so as to make it a little bit even, because it's pretty heavy on the front, especially at a place like Suzuka where you've got a lot of sharp turns basically, and high speed corners. So I'll flip through the pack again. It's a Burnt Fly. Burnt Fly and Diablo, still, there's about a second between them, but they have pulled a massive gap to Ginge. Because Ginge and Delhi were fighting for so many laps, it just allowed them two to get away. Delhi in a little bit of a race of himself at the minute, and you got me chasing him down. You got F13 chasing me down, and then there's a fair bit of a gap back to Buddy, who I don't know why Big Bad's pitted, I'm not too sure. Then back from these guys you've got Cutler, who's managed to make his escape from Pay, who's been chased by Mad Marshall, and then Nissan Elvis. So bringing up the rear. Somewhat must have happened to Nissan, because he was running around where Cutler was, or just behind me. Marshall pits for tyres. His tyre wear don't look that bad, to be fair. Everyone's sort of suffering in a similar way with the tyres. Probably Diablo's getting the worst of it. Ginge, Delhi, me, all about the same. Bud's obviously on fresh ones, so he should be putting in massive times now, but there's just too much of a gap to Buddy to do anything about it. he's pushing. Marshall's just pitted for mediums. Don't know why he's gone for mediums when the softs available. Softs will do 10 laps, so you might as well go for the softs. So all the pack running on softs, other than F13. Probably explains his pace, to be honest, F13, because he's running mediums. So back to me. So I'm just putting, last lap was a personal best. This lap probably not going to be quite there. 2:18. But I'm just not managing to get anywhere near Delhi. Let's skip forward a little bit. I see no changes in the field at all for the next lap. So let's join back on board for the final lap then. So Burnt Fry, Diablo, Ginge, Delhi, me, F13, Buddy, Cutler, Pay, Elvis and Marshall. That's 12 runners in this one. Just have a little bit of time on board with our leader, taking that corner nicely. You can cut that quite a lot and it's beneficial to do so, you just carry much more speed. He's still under pressure from Diablo, but he's able to pick his lines, and he's got clean air in front of him so he can just focus on the road ahead and knuckle down. See Delhi's pulled away from me now a little bit. This is where I just thought, you know what, there's really no point in pushing too hard. Final lap now. Burnt Fry and Diablo still with a massive commanding lead. They're actually approaching the back of Mad Marshall, who's building some sandcastles. There you got Ginge. You got Delhi. 1, 2 still quite close, but last lap I don't think either of them are pushing too hard. I mean 5th. F13, Buddy, Bud, Cutler, Pay, Elvis and Marshall. So let's put yellow flags are out. Didn't know who it was for, so I had a quick look at the map, didn't really see anything obvious. I could see it wasn't Delhi, so ignored it. You can see looking at the right hand side my pace has dropped off. That's a combination of tyre wear and effectively just taking it steady. What I didn't want to do at this point was bin it, because you've got no time to recover. So literally a second and a half, 2 seconds a lap slower, just purely because I'm preserving. I want this 5th place. So as you can see, I'm literally just coasting around these corners. And I didn't, I was putting the throttle down about half a second early before. So Burnt Fry's already finished. Diablo's about to cross the line as well. Ginger and Jelly just going through the Casio triangle rather. So again, not really attacking this at all. You'll see I'm really careful with the throttle. There we go. And that is Suzuka. So to be fair, I'm just really glad that we made that out alive, basically. This one's going to resume on Wednesday, so we've got a 50-minute endurance race at Fuji. You're going to see a lot of Fuji this week, because on Sunday we're at Fuji in the Super Formula cars as well, and that'll be for an hour. So I'm absolutely nailing Fuji at the minute in practice. In the Super Formula car, really enjoying it. In this thing, it's awful. There's 2 corners in particular in the BMW that just completely hates them. So I'm looking online for a setup, hopefully be able to find something that I want. that's going to conclude this one. Let me know what you think of the commentary. I'm not exactly Murray Walker or Crofty. I'm just chatting shit while the cars are going around the track. Obviously drop us a like or whatever you want to do. I'm not going to commentate the Fuji one because, well, I live stream it, but I'm not sitting here for 50 minutes talking crap, and I'm sure you don't want that. But thank you very much for tuning in.